Hey guys, it's Stars and Moon Tarot, and I'm back again for another daily reading. This is going to be for February 26th, and without much more to say, I'm just going to get right into it. This is the Tattoo Tarot by Ink and Intuition, and then this is the Wild Offering Oracle by Tasha Silver. Oh, let me tell you guys, I have practiced this reading a lot more than I have my other readings, and let me tell you, my voice has gone out of breath each time that I've done the readings. And I've had to take a lot of deep breaths. So if you hear me take deep breaths, it's just because my mouth can't keep up with my mind, all the things that are going on. And I have to take a deep breath now. So today, the thing that caught my mind was definitely the Nine of Wands. This one has showed up in quite a few readings the past couple of days. It did show up in yesterday's reading, and I wish I would have elaborated on it a little bit more. It was the bottom card from the deck, and sometimes I do that. Oh, let me move these up into focus a little bit. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. I wish I would have elaborated on it yesterday because, yeah, there were definitely vibes. Nine of Wands vibes yesterday. And Nine of Wands, to recap on that, is you're protecting something. You're standing up for yourself. Somebody has to go through you first before they get something. And yeah, it's protecting yourself. And I read up on this a little bit more. It's also protecting your, what is it? It's protecting your reputation from bad and negative energies, and also having strength and stamina and courage. And on the downside, it could be you're expecting somebody to come and save you when you are perfectly capable of saving yourself. And then the other, so that was one thing that I got from this. Oh, and Nine of Wands also represents breakthroughs. And today, there was just a vibe that I was just I feel like you guys have had enough. Whatever the situation is, you guys have just had enough of it. I feel like it could be at work, it could be at school, but you have just had enough of people telling excuses to you, people taking advantage of you because you are loyal and you're there for people. The Knave of Wands, that's what it kind of represents. It represents somebody that they'll listen to you, they'll listen to your secrets, they're loyal, they won't tell their secrets to everybody else, but they still have a fiery temper. They don't exactly know how to direct their energies, and they don't exactly know where to put their energies either. And that can be their passionate feelings. That's more of their actions. They can have a lot of courage, but like I said, they just don't know where to put it. And this was upright. And then King of Wands is represented by Leo. But this guy, he is very confident in what he does. He knows how to direct his energies. He knows where to put his energies. He gives good advice. He is more than likely somebody that is a manager at work. And then when he comes home, he is a, he coaches his kids' little league at school or whatever. He does extracurricular activities with his kids. But Leos, they are very creative. They go towards the dramatic, the flairful things. But every the fire signs, holy cow, do they have a fiery temper. So you do not want to get on their bad side. And the King of Wands, it did show up in reverse. So I definitely feel yeah, you have had enough of it. You could blow up at somebody. Somebody could blow up at you. I feel there's it's just gonna go in circles. And you might need to withdraw from the situation. But I also see this as and it didn't really hit me until I was doing a couple of these readings, but I feel this situation, you having enough of it, it's also really draining you, because the King of Wands, when he is in his power, he knows where to direct his energies, he's very energetic, but I also feel when it's in reverse, you could feel very lethargic and just drained from things, and also have a little bit of self-destructive habits. Like I said, have a very fiery temper. You could just blow up at somebody for no reason. Somebody could blow up at you for no reason. Yeah, it can get very heated very fast. And the thing is, you've just had enough of it that you might want to move on from it. Because Six of Swords, it indicates traveling, but it also means leaving a situation behind. And maybe it could be that you got a new job offer, you have an opportunity to go somewhere else, and it involves traveling. And that was an upright position, so I definitely see you moving on from it. And then you have Oh, I also thought it was funny too, because like these two, I felt like the King of Wands in reverse kind of reflected like the Knave of Wands. Like it's kind of the same thing. And then King of Wands, and then right after that is the Sun. The Sun is kind of associated with Leo, but it's vaguely. Like in the tarot deck, the Leo is represented by the Strength card, but it's not represented by the Sun, if that makes sense. Like in zodiac signs in astrology, a lot of people associate Leo with the Sun, but in tarot it's not. Just kind of like the, oh, what is it? Kind of like Cancer is associated with the Chariot in tarot, but like in astrology, Cancer is associated with the moon. And then in tarot, Pisces is associated with the moon, but like in astrology, Pisces I think is associated with like the two fishes or something else. But you know, like Leo in astrology associated with Sun. Not in tarot though, but I just thought that was funny that it showed up right next to it. So the Sun is all about like positivity, having confidence, looking back on your accomplishments, feeling like very confident, sky high, and then like a sense of adventure, going out and doing new things. On the downside though, it can represent depression and not having your feet on the ground. Oh, and the Sun can also be like creativity, but I don't really see these negative things popping up unless if this like energy is just kind of draining you and it's kind of making you lose focus on things, like you can't see things very clearly. But then you also have like the Three of Cups and the Ten of Cups, and these were both upright. And I see, you know, like you can find happiness in like doing new social groups, being with your friends, and you'll find happiness in like everyday life. You'll feel like you'll have it all. But I feel like this is more of like you looking ahead as well. Like you're thinking of like leaving this situation, and you're thinking of like, oh yeah, you know, like I'll still be able to find friends, I'll still be able to find new groups of people to hang around with, I'll still have my family, I'll still have my great connections, and everything will be okay. And I feel like there's going to be a breakthrough of some sort too, because Nine of Wands, and I feel like this breakthrough is like realizing your worth. You know, like you're not going to take crap anymore, and you're just like, I'm going to go ahead and move forward with my happiness. Yeah. And even when I take a breath, I feel like I'm still short of breath. Yeah, so let's see what the Wild Offering Oracle has to say about today. Being enough. The innermost heart says you are enough. Nowhere to go, nothing to get, nothing to change, no need to grow, more deserving. You, yes, you are love. So with being enough, I get two different vibes from this. The first one is like, one, you have had enough with everything. Like I said from the beginning, like you're tired of hearing like the same old, like BS. And it's just getting super old and your patience has run thin. Oh, something else I forgot to say too is like there are no pentacles in here. And pentacles, they represent like stability, building things for the future, and they have a lot of determinations, but they also have a lot of patience. So I feel like the lack of that. And then plus like having all these wands and fire signs right here, it just heightens the fact that you are low on patience and you're willing to like lash out. But anyways, back to being enough. Yeah, you've had enough of everything, but also like you're realizing your worth. Because I feel like for some of you, you guys have been like working really hard and you wanted to like gain recognition from things, and it's just like no matter what you did, what you do, whether you were trying to gain like a lover's attention, whether you were trying to garner attention at work, it just wasn't working out for you. Like it was kind of like a rat race and you were going around in circles and it just wasn't working out for you. So I feel like today you're kind of withdrawing from that and you're finding out like, I own my happiness, like I'm in charge of my life. And you're realizing that you're enough, like you're withdrawing from that because it didn't really make you happy at all. And it was just like a false happiness. You weren't even in touch with like who you really are. And I feel like that's what you're trying to go back to as well. Being your authentic, like happy self. Empowerment. When you ask the divine to take over, you get pulled into your own authentic power. It's a force of inner love that wants your wholeness and magnificence. Unfold my true and radiant self, dear Lord. So with empowerment, I definitely thought of like the wands and the sun, more so like the King of Wands, because the King of Wands, represented by Leo, they are very creative. They have like a dramatic, like flair, but they also are in touch with like who they are and like being authentic in like the works that they create. And they're very creative. And also it says, love wants your wholeness and magnificence. So when it said magnificence, it just made me think of another term for royalty, kind of like your highness or your grace. It made me think of that. And then it made me think of the sun, because the sun is kind of like your personality too. So when it said authentic power, it made me think of that, like your authentic self. And, what was it? Unfold my true and radiant self. So like the radiant, kind of like radiating rays, radiating warmth, love, that stuff. So when it said radiant self, radiant. And then the last one, confidence. Divine confidence is completely different from the bravado of the ego. You make space for something larger to take hold. Please fill me with your confidence, O love. Grant me courage I never knew I had. Yeah, confidence definitely made me think of the wands, more so like the King of Wands and Knave of Wands, and then the sun. The sun, like I've been saying, is confidence as well, and it's success. And then Leo's, like, they radiate confidence. But it's kind of more, like I was saying, like I have been saying, it's more of like the dramatic flair, like the creative flair. And I feel like it's the bravado of the ego. But this one is saying that it's separate from that. This one is saying, like, I'm pulling back from, all this falseness, like trying to gain everybody else's attention. I'm not saying, like, yeah, you're just trying to get more in touch with who you are. Instead of like trying to gain everybody else's attention, instead of like trying so hard, you're just kind of like taking a step back and you're realizing, I got this, like I can do the things that I want. It's gonna be okay. And it's like, grant me courage I never knew I had. And I feel like that courage is like to do the things that you want and to be who you are. And I feel like all of these oracle cards, like they interweave with one another. So like once when you realize that you've had enough, once when you realize that you are enough, like as you are, it's going to make you feel empowered. And like that empowerment to just be yourself, it's going to make you confident to like go out and do what you want. And I feel like that's going to be your breakthrough. Like you're going to cut through everybody else's crap and you're going to work on yourself and you're going to do what you want. It's going to move you forward. You're going to be confident as heck. And you're going to be happy about that too. So yeah, I hope you guys liked today's reading. If you did, definitely hit that like button down below and make sure to subscribe to my channel to get more daily readings like this. And then I also have an Instagram page at Stars and Moon Tarot where I post daily readings like this, positive affirmations, and inspirational quotes to get your vibes up. But other than that, I will see you guys later. Bye!